Imagine this, you have got an incredible product or a service, a dedicated team, actually a world of potential ahead of you. But if your pricing model is off, it could silently sabotage your success in your business. I'm talking from experience. Hi fellow business enthusiasts, welcome back to Brendmo Business Hub channel. Today we are diving into a critical question that can make or break your business. Is your pricing model killing your business? It's a time to uncover the truth and actually look at the pricing strategy and possibly do a makeover in total. I know when you are talking about pricing, many small businesses many times hesitate to even send out proposal, knowing or fearing to lose potential work from their prices. As an entrepreneur myself, today's topic, I've lived it, experienced it, and I'm still experiencing it. It's a journey, but awareness is crucial. Okay, let's explore the signs that your pricing model might be killing your business. Sign number one is margin miscalculations. Margin miscalculations can be a costly mistake for a business of all sizes. When a business miscalculates its margin, it can lead to pricing that is too low or too high. Either way or either scenario can actually harm your business. If a business prices its products or services too low, it may not be able to cover the cost and not be able to make profit. Financial difficulties or even bankruptcy might actually be on the way. It may also lose customers to competitors who are offering lower prices if you price your products higher. This can also lead to financial difficulties or even bankruptcy. To avoid margin miscalculation, businesses need to track their cost accurately, calculate their margin carefully. You should also regularly review your pricing strategies to make sure they are competitive and profitable. Here are some specific ways that margin miscalculation can actually kill your business. Loss of profit is number one. If you miscalculate your margins, you may be pricing your products or services too low or not even making a profit. Number two is loss of customers. If you price your products or services too high, you may actually lose customers to competitors who are offering lower prices. And also number three is damage to reputation. If you are known for having inaccurate pricing, it may damage your reputation with customers and suppliers. This can make it difficult to attract new customers and get the best deals from even your suppliers. It can also cause increase of costs. If you are constantly having to adjust your prices due to margin miscalculation, it can increase your cost. This can make it difficult to stay profitable. So by avoiding margin miscalculations, business can protect themselves from these risks and ensure their long-term success. Here are some few tips for avoiding margin miscalculations. Tip number one, track your cost carefully. Make sure you know exactly what it costs you to produce or deliver your products or services. This will help you to calculate your margins accurately. If you are in a service industry like us, it actually is helpful if you can track the time you do a task and multiply by your rate. In a retail industry, consider all the costs, that's like your labor cost, your delivery cost for delivering your products. Tip number two, consider the use of pricing calculators. There are many free and paid pricing calculators available online that can actually help you to calculate your margin accurately, especially if you are in selling products. Tip number three, regularly review your pricing. Don't just set your prices and forget about them. Regularly reviewing your prices to make sure they are still competitive and profitable. For those who normally charge retainers, it's easy to forget about your pricing increase. Set it in your calendar. When are you going to make annual price adjustment and effect them accordingly? Tip number four, get help from professionals. If you are not sure how to calculate your margin or set your prices, get help from professional accountants so that they help you look at your components and help you price your products very well. If your pricing doesn't take into account production costs, overheads, and other operational expenses, you might find yourself in a profit pinch. It's like navigating a storm without a compass. Okay, enough about margin miscalculation. Sign number two is discount dependence. Discount dependence is actually a situation where a business becomes reliant on discounts to sell its products or services. This can be a dangerous situation for businesses, as it can lead to pricing that is too low and even to loss of profits. When a business becomes discount dependent, they often start to offer discounts on a regular basis. This can be to attract new customers, win back lost customers, or simply move inventory. However, offering discounts too often can lead to customers expecting discounts all the time. This can make it difficult to raise prices in the future, even when it's necessary. Discount dependence can also lead to a loss of profits. When businesses offer discounts, they are essentially selling their products or services for less than their cost or the cost to produce or deliver them. This can lead to loss of profits, especially if the discounts are offered on a regular basis. In the long run, discount dependence can kill a business. If a business cannot raise prices, or if it continues to lose money, it will eventually go out of business. Interest rates, inflation, and cost of living generally is getting higher. So if a business is discount dependent, it's actually making a lot of losses. Here are some of the tips to avoid discount dependence. Tip number 1, set your prices strategically. Make sure your prices are competitive but also profitable. Don't be afraid to change your prices for your premium products. It's worth it. Tip number 2, be selective about when you offer discounts. Only offer discounts when necessary, such as to attract maybe new customers or to clear out inventory. Don't offer discounts just to move your product. It's a bad sign that can kill your business. Tip number 3, be transparent about your pricing. Let your customers know your regular prices, and when you are offering discounts, so they know your regular prices, and also when you are offering discounts. This will help to manage expectations and avoid customer disappointment. Always put full price on an invoice and indicate the discount given so that the customer know the full price. Tip number 4, build relationship with your customers. Offer value-added services and benefits to your customers that don't necessarily require discounts. This will help to build loyalty and make customers less likely to shop around just for discounts. Relying too heavily on frequent discounts or sale might actually attract short-term attention, but it could condition customers to expect lower prices. This might erode your profit margins. Have you ever experienced a situation where customers expect it cheap from you? Watch out for that. Okay. We have spoken about the margin miscalculation and discount dependence. Number 3 that I'm going to talk about is value perception gap. Value perception gap is the difference between the value that a customer perceives a product or service to have and the price that the business charges for it. When there is a large value perception gap, customers may not be willing to pay the price that the business is asking for. This can lead to lost sales and profits and can even kill your business. There are a number of factors that can contribute to value perception gaps. These include number 1, poor communication of value. If a business does not effectively communicate the value of its products or services to customers, they may not be able to pay for the price that you are asking for. Number 2, unrealistic pricing. If a business prices its products or services too high, customer may not see the value in them, right? Number 3 is competition. If competitors are offering similar products or services at a lower price, customers may be more likely to choose them because they will be also price sensitive. Number 4, customer expectations. If customers have come to expect a certain price for a particular product or services, they may not be willing to pay more for that. By understanding these factors that can contribute to a value perception gap, businesses can take steps to address them and avoid losing sales and profits. Here are some few tips for avoiding a value perception gap. Tip number 1, effectively communicate the value of your products or services. Make sure customers understand the benefits of the products or services and why they are worth the price. Your why should be compelling. That's the question that you need to answer. Number 2, price your products or services competitively. Set your prices in line with the prices of your competitors, but make sure you are still making a profit. Tip number 3, understand your customers' expectation. It's very crucial. Know what your customers are willing to pay for your products or your services. Tip number 4, offer value-added services. Consider offering value-added services to your customers that they will appreciate and that will justify your higher prices. If your pricing doesn't match the value your product or service offers, you are actually setting up, basically have a mismatch. Customers might feel your price is too high for what they are getting or worse, too low. Sign number 4 is lack of scalability. Scalability matters. If your pricing model isn't scalable with business growth, you could actually find yourself facing pricing issues that can kill your business. Scalability refers to a business' ability to grow and adapt to increased demand without sacrificing its quality or efficiency. When a business is not scalable, it can lead to pricing problems such as number 1, inability to meet the demand. If a business cannot scale its operations to meet increased demand, it may have to raise prices in order to cover its costs. This can lead to customers becoming priced out of the market and can ultimately kill the business. Number 2, increased costs. If a business cannot scale its operation efficiently, it may have to incur higher costs. This can lead to lower profits and can make it difficult to stay competitive. Number 3 is poor customer services. If a business cannot scale its customer service operations, it may not be able to provide the same level of services to all its customers. This can lead to customers' dissatisfaction and can ultimately kill the businesses. There are a number of things the businesses can do to avoid pricing problems that can arise from lack of scalability. This includes tip number 1, plan for growth. I am a fan of planning. Businesses should plan for growth and make sure that their operations are scalable, involving investing in technology, hiring appropriate staff. In other video, I spoke about the importance of budgeting. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. As a CFO, that's my responsibility for all the organizations. Tip number 2, use a pricing model that is flexible. Businesses should use a pricing model that is flexible and can be adjusted to meet the changes in demand. This may involve using cost plus pricing model or even value-based pricing model. According to the value that you give, that's how you price your products. Tip number 3, monitor demand. Businesses should monitor the demand closely and make sure that they are not overcharging or undercharging customers. This can be helpful to avoid pricing problems and ensure that the business is profitable, which is the essence of running any business. Tip number 4, invest in customer services. Business should invest in customer service and make sure that they are able to provide the same level of services to all their customers. This can help to avoid customer dissatisfaction and can ultimately help the businesses to grow and succeed. My last reason or point is point number 5, ignoring customer segmentation. Do you know that customer segmentation is the process of dividing customers into groups based on their shared characteristics? This can be done based on factors such as demographic or behavioral. By segmenting customers, business can tailor their pricing strategies to each group or to each segment, ensuring that they give best possible price to that segment. When businesses ignore this customer segmentation altogether, they run a risk of pricing their products or services incorrectly. This can lead to a number of problems, including number 1, loss of customers. If businesses price their products or services too high for a particular segment of customers, they may lose other customers to competitors who are offering lower prices. Number 2, missing out on sales. If businesses price their products or services too low for a particular segment or customers, they may miss out on sales from those customers who are willing to even pay higher prices. Number 3 is damage of reputation. If businesses are known for having inconsistent prices, it can damage their reputation with customers. This can make it difficult to attract new customers or even to retain the existing customers. So by ignoring customer segmentation, businesses are essentially shooting themselves in the foot. By taking the time to segment your customers and tailor their pricing strategies accordingly, businesses can ensure that they are getting the best possible prices for their products or services, and that they are not losing out on sales or damaging their reputation. Here are some of the tips for businesses that want to avoid the pricing problems that can arise from ignoring customer segmentation. Tip number 1, identify your customer segment. The first step is to identify your customer segment. This can be done by looking at the factors such as your demographics or psychographics or even behavioral for your customers. Tip number 2, understand your customer segment. Once you have identified your customer segment, it is of paramount importance to understand them. This includes understanding their needs, their wants, or even their pain points. Tip number 3, tailor your pricing strategies. Once you identify your customer segments, you can now tailor your pricing strategy accordingly. This means setting different prices for different segments of customers. Number 4, monitor your pricing strategies. It is very, very important to monitor your pricing strategies and make sure that they are working, right? This means tracking sales, profits, and actually customer satisfaction. Tip number 5 for this, make adjustments as needed. If your pricing strategies are not working, why don't you change them? You need to make adjustment. This may involve changing pricing or even targeting different customers altogether, or even offering discounts to that segment. Not all customers have the same willingness to pay. Ignoring this can actually lead you to loss of valuable customers altogether. There you have it. In conclusion, is your pricing model killing your business? It's not just about numbers, it's about strategy, perception, sustainability. A successful pricing model, look at the value you provide and look at the business goals, and it needs to resonate with your audience. As you evaluate your pricing model, remember that a fine-tuned strategy can be a game changer. If you find this video useful and insightful, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Hit that subscription button, the notification button, and don't forget to share a comment in the comment section below. See you in the next video.